Hey everyone, how's it going? So I'm thinking of doing some Throne of Eldraine rank stuff. So let's go. Let's see what we open. Ooh, Feasting Troll King. That's a nice rare. Let's see what else is in this pack though. I mean, this is almost definitely going to be our pick, but we also got Sage of the Falls. When it enters, or another non-human creature enters, draw a card. If you discard a card, it's a 5 mana 2/5. Not bad. There's a 5 mana 3/3 trample haste. When it enters, another knight gets +2/+2 trample and haste. That's okay. Sealed Lance is actually pretty decent. It's a 2 mana, but it's Rakdos, so that's a black red. And equipped creature gets +2/+2. It has a pretty high equip cost, unless it's a knight, in which case you can just equip it for 1. And then we've got a bunch of commons. Out of these, I guess Bake into Pie is pretty good. It's 4 mana, instant speed, destroy creature, create a food, which is a really nice piece of removal. There's also Youthful Knight, that's a pretty good creature. It's 2 mana 2/1 with First Strike. The First Strike makes it pretty good. The Smitten Swordmaster is decent Knight decks, I guess. It's 2 mana 2/1 with Lifelink, and because of the adventure bit, for 1 mana you can get a bunch of life and drain your opponent if you're playing Knights. Cauldron is a pretty good generic removal. It's a 1 mana card, so you can play it early. It's an artifact. You can play it in any deck. And 3 and tap it to deal 3 damage and destroy a creature. I mean, deal 3 damage. So you can probably kill something. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna go over all the cards. Curious Pest, pretty good. Pretty good in a food deck. I think we're gonna pick up Feasting Troll King. So, this card, it's pretty heavy commitment. It's 2 and a green, 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 green. So that's 4 green. So you're gonna have to be pretty heavily in green if you wanna play this. But, this is 6 mana, 7/6, Vigilance Trample. So that's already great. It enters, create 3 food tokens, and then you can sacrifice 3 food to return from the graveyard to the battlefield. So that's pretty strong. Alright, so let's see what. So food enablers will be really good with this guy. So let's see what we have. We have Burning Yard Trainer. It's pretty good on knights. We got a Thunder Snapper, which is a hybrid Simic mana for 4. And whenever you cast a spell with converted mana cost 5 or greater, draw a card. It's a 4/4, it's pretty good. The other uncommons are Sorcerer's Broom. It's 2 mana 2/1, and when you sacrifice another permanent, you can pay 3. And if you do, you get another one of these guys. White, that's okay. We got Trapped in Tower, which is good white removal. It's 2 mana. Enchanted creature can attack or block. And activated abilities can't be activated, but it only works on creatures without flying. Other stuff in here is not too great. This is pretty good. It's 5 mana, draw 3, but if you spend Adamant on it, which means at least 3 mana of that color, so it's blue in this case, you also get to scry 3. But yeah, 3 blue with this commitment seems kinda hard. Gingerbrute is nice. It's a 1 mana 1/1 haste. You can make it unblockable, and it's also a food. This kinda works with food synergies. Cover is okay, I guess. It's 4 mana 3/2. Adventure does combat trick. It's gonna be decent removal in blue. It's gonna be better removal in mill. Tornado is okay, I guess. I think Snapper is the pick here. Alright, so quite a few green cards here. We have some options. It's also so tiny. Reef Soul, okay. So there's all that glitters in white. Artifact and enchantment, we're probably not going for that. Flaxen Intruder is decent. So if you play it early, you can play it for 1 mana as a creature. It's just a 1/2. And when it deals combat damage, you can sacrifice it to destroy artifact or enchantment. And also you can play it as a 7 mana sorcery with adventure to create 3 bears. So this is obviously Goldilocks. It's also so tiny, which can be pretty good removal, like I said. It's okay removal, I guess. 1 mana, -2 mana, so it's more like a combat trick. -6 mana, so it's decent. Memory Theft is okay. It's only in online cards. There's Reef Soul, that's pretty good. It's 1 and a black, destroy creature at power 3 or less. So really good at dealing with small stuff. Don't know if you want to go into black, it could be good. It's Insatiable Appetite, which is a combat trick. And if you have a food to sacrifice, it's +5/+5. Otherwise it's 2 mana +3/+3, which can be decent. This is a 3 mana 1/5 Reed Spider, so good blocker. And aggressive creature, which we don't really need a 1 mana 1/1. So maybe I think the pick here is between Intruder, Reef Soul, and Appetite. Intruder is kind of tempting to pick up because it is uncommon. In late game, I guess it gives us something other than Troll King. I don't know if 7 mana for 3/2/2s is even worth it though. And these are common though. Let's see how it goes. Alright, so a lot of red cards here. Which is a little surprising. Let's see if any of them are any good. So Ferocity of the Wild is 2 and a red. Non-human creatures get +1/+1 trample. So Troll King already has trample, but if you're going to play big creatures, that can be pretty good. So red cap melee is 1 red, 4 damage to creature or planeswalker. Whereas non-red is dealt damage, so you sacrifice a land. Oh, so it's really good at dealing with red stuff, and it has an additional sacrifice land cost if it's not red. That's kind of difficult. This is 5 mana 3/4 flying in white. This card's actually been pretty good the few times I've seen it played. It's 5 and a blue. Enters the battlefield if you control an artifact or enchantment, it gets to bounce a creature opponent controls. Basically bounce their biggest creature. It is 6 mana, so it's kind of expensive. But yeah, it depends on whether we get artifacts and enchantments. So I don't know, it's too early to pick this right now. These things do things, but I don't think we're really going into that. I think Paladin looks like the best card here. So it's 4 and a green. It's 4/4. It has Adamant for green, but since we're going to play Feasting Troll King, I think we're going to be pretty heavy in green. And it says if at least 3 green was spent, it enters with another +1/+1 on it. So it's basically a 5 mana 5/5, which is a great rate. It can't be blocked with creatures with power 2 or less, so it's pretty good. Alright, so let's see what we have here. We've mostly been sticking to one color green, so we're pretty flexible on our second color, even though Thunder Snapper here is blue-green. Can technically play if we go heavy green. So this returns to hand. Sort of a rescue card. It's 2 mana 3/1 on the creature side. So this Paladin also, it's 4 mana. It's 2/5, but 3 white was spent, which is unlikely. It is a 3/6, which is pretty good, but it's usually just a 4 mana 2/5. Artifact enchantment synergy. Untap target artifact or creature you control. I guess that's decent. It's 2 mana 1/4, could be a blocker. Run away together could be a decent removal spell, I guess. It bounces. Theft doesn't do much. Return to nature. It's kind of sideboardy. You're playing ranked draft, so there's no sideboard. It's not great. Mystic Sanctuary. You may put target instant or sorcery from graveyard on top of your library. I think this might be the pick. Some strong instants and sorceries in the set. Alright, so here we've got Color and Familiar, Fairy Guard, Mother. Mantle of Tides, +1/+2, and if you draw a second card, it's a free equip. So let's draw a second card deck. Opt is actually a pretty good pick. It's 1 blue, scry 1, draw a card. This is great, instant speed. Forever Young can also be really good to recur our threats. So if our Feasting Troll King gets this dealt with, for example, we can get it back. So that is a consideration. There's also Tunewell Tree Folk. Grow something on the adventure side and a 6 mana 6/5. That's pretty hard to deal with. I think a lot of expensive stuff though. I think it's once we have our curved uppers, we can just get fillers to fill in the rest. Inquisitive Puppet, artifact creature. It's a 1 mana 0/2 and enters scry 1. And then you can exile it to make a 1/1 human. So this is what is it, Pinocchio is it? I don't know. No. No. Another memory theft. What does this guy do? Draw your second card, okay, draw a second card synergy. So you can get a Gannett Brick Carver. Profit. Actually, I don't know if you even want this. It's 2 mana combat trick. I mean, 2 mana +2/+2 with the body. I think it's better than Puppet. Puppet does give us an early play in the scry. Doesn't block too well though. I think I'd get the Carver instead. Alright. That's not great. Scavengers is pretty good. Did this come back? That touch. Tala's a beanstalk. +3/+3 has reach and is a giant. Reach can be pretty good. So far we don't have any way to deal with flyers. But I think scavengers is just random power. So we'll see how it goes. Oh, Curious Pear gives us food. This is definitely a pick. I think this is the first pack that we saw. Cauldron would have been a nice pickup because it's removal, but need food enablers. Alright, so here, So Tiny can be an okay removal spell, especially against aggro decks. Broom is okay, but since it's not a food, I don't really want it. So I think the pick here, we don't need Roaming Keep even a big stuff, so I think pick here is between Gingerbread and So Tiny. The problem is we don't have much removal. We don't have any removal. Gingerbread is food though. Let's pick up the So Tiny actually. Alright, there. Got Insatiable Appetite, that's decent. 200 Gargoyle, 1 mana 03, I guess. Handrocker is now gonna be played, so let's grab Memory Theft. Okay. That is a good payoff in white. Pretty good reason to be in white actually. It's another bomb. I mean, other stuff in this deck. Edgewall Innkeeper, that's really good. You don't have too many adventure. I mean, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess we have a few adventure cards, but I mean, 7 mana, 7/7 Vigilance, and also 5 mana Destroy all non-giant creatures. To be fair, we're not really running. I guess he's a giant, but we're not really running too many giants. But it's a pretty good card. Not gonna lie. Other good stuff in here. Bell of the Brawl is okay. Knights, I guess. Innkeeper is obviously really good. It's an okay mana rock. Other than that, Trebuchet is good at Knights. Golden Egg is a nice food source. That would be a nice wheel if it came around. Lost Legion, it's okay. It's kind of black heavy though, but 2/3 scry 2 for 3 is pretty good. I don't know how I feel about this guy. Run away together is okay. I think Giant is the easy pick here, and you might move out of blue in this case, because double white on Giant means you're gonna have to be pretty white heavy. Well, let's see if we end up going that. Maybe we don't end up with any other good white cards. So there's a Beanstalk Giant here. So it's 3 mana, fetch a land, and then 7 mana, get something equal to the number of lands, which is really good, I think. This was Sir Farron is a green 2/2. When he attacks another creature, he has +X/+X, where X is Farron's power. So unless you have a bunch of buff effects for Farron, like enchantments or counters, it's not that good. Other than that, in this pack for us is a 5 mana 3/4 flyer. But we already have a bunch of expensive stuff. Like, look at this curve. Just don't really need that. 3 mana 1/5 spider is actually really good, but I'm hoping it wields. Vacant Defiance is obviously really good black removal spell, but pretty black heavy, so since there's really going for the expensive stuff, might as well get the ramp. Once in future, what does this do? 4 mana. To your hand, it's any card. Cool, so this can help us get our threats back, so maybe we pick that up. Wandermare is green-white. When you cast a creature spell that has an adventure, we have quite a few of those. This is also a good pickup. Probably better than Once in Future. These are average, don't really fit into our deck. Rosethorn, 1 mana. Oh, okay, it fixes your mana. And then 3 mana, 2/3 with tap for 1 mana of any color. Kind of fixes your mana, I guess. Could be okay. Also, I'm gonna start cutting these right now. They're probably gonna be green-white at this point. Flutter Fox. Do you have artifacts and enchantments? Not really. So people end up playing that. Queen of Ice. Numbered Shield Breaker. Deals with artifacts. Barley Feather. Sacrifice a food, target creature blocks it this turn if able. Guess it can help our big creatures get through. These 2 artifacts are also really good though. This is a food. It's removal. How many creatures do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Quite a few creatures. Guess we can get the egg. Another Garan Break is definitely the right pick up here. We don't really want any of the other stuff. What is this? Artifact Enchantment, Flyer. Fairy's pretty good. It gives someone flying for 2 mana, so it can help us get damage through. Also mini buff. This is a 1/1 Flyer. It might be the pick here. Sure, let's see. It's Fairy Guide Mother could be a decent pickup here. Out Muscle. Put a +1/+1 on target creature and then it fights. So this is removal. It's kinda expensive for 4 mana. But could be good removal. The Spore Cap, protect against flyers. What do you have against flyers right now? Not really anything. So that kinda sucks. You don't need the Tree Folk. So it's between Out Muscle and Fairy Guide Mother and Spider. Spider's good, Out Muscle is good. Let's get Out Muscle because we need the removal. What's the Unicorn do? Is the Unicorn too expensive for a curve? It is. We need more 2 and 3 drops. We have no 3 drops. You can get a Bridged. 2 mana for Defender. I mean, you can get a Broom as well. It's a mana sink. Sure. Dang. Okay, Plains for the +1/+1 counter. Vigilance. Oh, Create Food, yes. That's also an expensive spell though. 3 mana 3/2 versus Idyllic Range. I mean, I think it's gonna be pretty hard to enable Idyllic Range, honestly. We're pretty heavy green. Sure, we just need core fillers right now. Ooh, this can actually be pretty good because it makes something a giant, which makes it impervious to realm cloaked giants removal. Spotted Cows, once in future. Sure, this gives us food. Marrowleaf came back. This can give us food. Alright. And here we have an Emery, which is a great rare, but you don't really need it. I'm not really interested in building around her and constructed either, so not really looking at her for top pick here. Kindred's Transformation, what does this do? It enters, draw a card. Enchanted creature becomes a 3/3 for 2 mana. Okay, so it's removal. So that might be the pick here. All is kind of mana intensive. Okay, 3 mana, create a food. Give everything bigger butts. This could be decent as well, but I think we need the transformation. Especially with the big creatures, the 3/3 is not too hard to deal with. Other than that, Gingerbrew, Gingerbread Cabin are both good things. I would like to see them come back. Let's get Kenrith's. Alright, Yorvo. That's what I like to see. It's also Keeper of the Fables. It's really good. Just turn into Pumpkin. Slaying Fire. Some really good cards in this deck. Searing Barrage. Forecast Finder. Yeah, anyway. Yorvo green rare gets passed to us, so probably picking this up. It's triple green, but with our heavy commitment to green, I don't think this will be too big of an issue. Enters with 4 +1/+1 counters, and whenever the green creature enters, it grows bigger. It's pretty sweet. Right here we have Blood Princess, Youthful Knight. Youthful Knight, pretty good 2-drop in white, but we're pretty heavily in green. Actually, we might just splash for Realm Cloaked. Not really care about much else. So Giant Opportunity might be the pick here. Not going through most of the cards right now. I mean, Golden Egg, Gingerbread Cabin, Marrowleaf are all decent. Round the Lock is good, but definitely not in the colors for it. But yeah, this is 3 mana, sack 2 foods. I mean, you have the option of sacking 2 foods. If you do, you get a 7/7 giant, which is great because it doesn't die to Realmclad Giant's destruction. So those giants are pretty good. And otherwise, create 3 food. And you know what needs 3 food? Feasting Troll King. Perfect. Feybarrow Elder. Here's a Bartered Cow, it's not great. Acolyte to fix, but you don't really need him. Odd Muscles removal, but Curve is already kind of expensive. And Feybarrows are rare in our colors, so why not take him? It's a 3 mana. He's at least a 2/2 vigilance. I know it says 0/0, but gets +1/+1 for each color among permanents you control. And with green and white, and the creature itself is green and white, it's going to be at least a 2/2 vigilance. And it basically taps for that much mana, so 2 mana, a green and a white. Pretty good. Let's see. This also has some good cards for us. So we have, let's see, what is this one? I haven't seen this one before. Uncommon. Costs 2 less if an opponent controls a green permanent. Okay, so it could be a 2 mana 2/3 if an opponent isn't green. It has Dead Touch, which is good. And it deals combat damage, draw a card. Card draw is pretty good, honestly. It's a Grum Gully, but that would need us to splash red, which we might not want to do, given our mana restrictions. Foreboding Fruit, it's interesting. There's a Ginger Brute, which is food source. Wolf's Quarry, which is another food source. Another Tala's a Beanstalk, but probably not playing that. Fell the Pheasant. Guess it deals with flying, makes up food. We don't really have much to deal with flying. I think at this point we might just accept that we don't deal with flyers really well. And just try to race for it. So let's just let it die. And we'll figure out the rest. Alright. Wildwood, Rosethorn. I think Arden Vale might be the pick here because it gives us a flyer. It's kind of white intensive, but oh well. When you cast a creature spell that has an adventure, gives +1/+1 till end of turn. That is okay, but I think Fairy Guide Mother's infinitely better over here. And I'm not even gonna look at the rest of the cards because they're pretty heavily in green-white. Now this is back 3. Spore Cap is a pickup I want. This gives us much needed defense against spiders. So an okay removal on decks that go wide, which we really don't. This is again for go wide decks, which is not us. This is decent removal. Having a persistent blocker and be better though. Alright, so here we have Gingerbread Cabin, which can sometimes get us food. The plus point is that we don't need to play it in our deck as a separate creature such as Gingerbrute, which is probably what gives it the advantage over Gingerbrute. Another Spore Cap, yes. Another Gingerbread Cabin or a Mara Leaf. Let's look at the deck. We have 32 cards right now, so we're definitely putting stuff in the sideboard. Question is what? Are you putting the Snapper in the sideboard? It is 4 green. Convert mana cost 4 or greater. 5 or greater, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Don't know if it's enough. Nine of the Keep is definitely filler now. So is the Gargoyle. Saucer's Room is not needed. Bartered Cow is also not necessary. I think this might be okay. Still a lot of cards. Even if you remove 2, that's 25. Let's just get a cabin. This really doesn't matter. Fell the Pheasant, sure. Tournament cards. Alright. So let's see, got a 42 card deck. 9 green, 8 white. That's definitely not what we want to go. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 white sources. I mean white spells, I guess. Symbols. And in green we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 24, 26, 27. 27 to what? 7, 9, what was it? 9? Alright, we can definitely go down on white. 1, 2, do something like this. 11 green, 6 white. I think this should be fine. Maybe we go 10-7. I don't know. Maybe with the amount of green we're playing, I think this is fine. We'll see how it goes. Also we have 42, so we can cut 2 things. Maybe we don't need the Flaxen Intruder, honestly. I know it's uncommon, but we have much better plays at 7 mana. Other than that, guess we don't necessarily need the Ardent Veil. Now that we have Spore Cap, it does make our mana a lot better. Yeah, I think for now we'll just cut the Ardent Veil. So I'm gonna call this ramp, or a giant feast, since we're playing giants and feast. Well, not feast, the feasting Troll King, but you know what I mean. Troll Noble. Interesting. Let's look at our curve for a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it does peak unnaturally at 6+ over here. The rest of it seems okay. 16 creatures, 7 non-creatures, pretty standard. Actually, with our high curve, we might even want to go for 18 lands. What would we cut though? Maybe the Tree Folk. We have 6 mana, 6/5, but we've better play is a Troll King, Beanstalk, Realm Cloak Giant. Actually, the Garen Break Carver is not really adding much to our deck. He's a 4-drop though. We have better spells. The combat trick I know can help sometimes, but doesn't help that much. I guess this is technically a 4-drop with this adventure. So actually the curve looks something like this. Right? In which case we really don't need Grand Break. Instead we can play another land. 11-7. That's fair probably. I don't know, let's see. Let's see how it goes. That's a fun drafting though. I really like playing green. Green's one of my more preferred colors, I think. It's actually the first color I played at Magic when I started. It's a really easy color to learn. Just play some ramp, get a bunch of mana, play big creatures, try to beat up your opponent. Right, here we go. Up against Dala00. Start in portrait. Alright, 2 forests and a plains. Looks good to me. Don't have early plays, but that's fine. We play a high curve anyway. Don't want to throw back this hand and end up with too many lands or too many 6 and 7 drops. And then we get a 2-drop, so not punished too bad either. We do need to start drawing lands though. Ooh, Orbit Mine. But opponent doesn't play a creature, which means we get to get in 3 damage. It's pretty nice. Now let's get a spider. Yes, that's the red common land. Let's see. Get a 1/1 red dwarf. If we have added 7 dwarves really? That opponent is playing a 7 dwarves deck. We don't have at least 3 green mana, so it won't get indestructible. Can't put this on the Mara Leaf though. Savage Attack is a huge creature. So if you draw forest now, we can play paladin as a 5/5. Should be pretty nice. Also use outmuscle with Fire Leaf now to kill their creatures, but okay, what was the point of that? What? +2/+1 if it's a knight. I don't think it was a knight. Think opponent misread that card. Okay then. Things are not looking good for our opponent. Ooh, Fires of Invention. That's a rare. But I mean, I don't know if it's super playable in draft, honestly. It's more of a constructed card. Alright. Getting the first quick win. Yeah, so like I was saying about green decks, right? You just play a bunch of big creatures and smash face. And that's the game. Then Texaco. Okay, we got an adversary. Right, some early removal. Nice land distribution. This is fine. Here. Right, so you really want to wait for a third forest before playing that. Take some damage from this, but it's just a 1/1. Alright, that's what I'm talking about. Still don't want to play this, so I guess next turn we play a cabin on the adversary. Wait, it's a green permanent. Oh, don't just play the forest, because otherwise that'd be really bad for not playing the cheap adversary. I hope their opponent's just playing the forest. Right there, we got a food. That's nice. So that we can do this and kill our opponent's ramp. But why? Hold on to it. We'll play the plains just in case we draw Realm Cloak Giants. Gotta be prepared for that double white. We have enough green anyway. Opponent might think we're mono green. Is this a flash? No, it is sorcery speed. Oh, that's kinda sad. You just sack the food to gain some life. The opponent's playing kind of an aggro deck, so might as well. Ooh, there's the Realm Cloak boy. Like Kenrith removes the mana ability, but it does make him bigger. Oh, can't outmuscle the creature exiled. It's pretty annoying. Alright, but if you draw a second white source now, this is a really nice board for Realm Cloaked Cast Off. I mean, can't think of a better situation for a board wipe. Just need that second white source. If not, at least we can play our forest and get Wolf's Quarry. Oof. That is way too tempting though. Especially when the opponent is tapped. Oh my god, look at that animation. Giant hand coming out of nowhere. That was pretty cool. Man. And next turn we can play the 7/7 now. That is pretty freaking cool. Yeah, no wonder this guy's mythic. Tempting Witch is scary though. It's a 2 mana sack of food. So instead of sacking a food usually, you sack a food with Tempting Witch. And it deals 3 damage instead of getting 3 life. It's kinda scary. Surprised they decided to do that instead of dealing 3 damage with the Tempting Witch. Oh, maybe that explains it. Forest. Let's go 7 mana Guardian. It's a nice 7/7 vigilance by blocking. Use out muscle to kill that Tempting Witch maybe. Should I kill the Wicked Guardian? It is a 4/2. But Tempting Witch is more scary. Oh wait, I should put the adamant cost. What did I just do? I'm stupid. Well, in any case. They can't kill this. The jump blocking. That's fine. Just does let me draw a card. I do want to save this for their bomb if they have one. Kinda scared they're gonna play some kind of bake into fire or something and kill my realm cloak giant. That'd be bad. It's kinda weird though. Pay adamant. I guess I did say pay adamant. I should have taken a while to read it. Stone Coil. That is a creature. Protection from multi-card load. Add 0/0 with counters on it. So Kenrith actually makes it grow even bigger. It does lose reach and trample though, but it become a 10/10. Which kinda sucks. Can swing with the Realm Cloak, but they can double block, and then I'll have to trade with the Stone Coil, which is not great. I play the Garen Break, or do I play Wolf's Quarry? I play the Garen Break. Oh, I want to swing in with Realm Cloak, but that is a good rare. And Kenrith doesn't deal with it. Oh, return a creature from your graveyard to the battlefield with a +1/+1. There's a Dead Toucher. That kinda sucks. So it can't be blocked by Filemire. It can be blocked by Guardian and Stone Coil. Can't give it +3/+3, which makes it an 8/8. Which means I can double block it, but I can kill the Serpent. It's not the best trade, but oh well. Oh, I can use this to get rid of the Dead Touch. Makes it a 4/4. Alright, it has a counter, so Ugh, that doesn't help either. Yarvo into Wolf Score is actually a pretty good play. Another green creature. With 3 green creatures. Makes Yarvo. Okay. That's a mythic. Guess what? It has haste, vigilance, and death touch. Death touch. Yikes. No blocks. Alright, if you play Yarvo, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's enough for Wolf scoring. So that can block Questing Beast now. So can these. The Realm Cloak Giant can attack, but a bunch of Death Touchers. That's really annoying. I can Death Touch. My Fairy would be pretty nice right now. Fairy Guide, my bad. Also, second out muscle. Do I run a second out muscle? I don't think so. Garen Brig. Can trade Yarvo for Questing Beast, honestly. Totally fine with this trade. Hope they don't have a combat trick. Artifacts and enchantments you control. Okay, with that. Yarvo is getting pretty big, but that freaking Death Touch. Attack with both of them. You can only block one. Right. That's 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe just swing with both. Getting rid of the Questing Beast is not bad. So 21 cards in deck. I have 15 in deck. And they've drawn a lot more cards than that. Okay. That guy has flying, right? Four or 5 flying. With a spider to deal with it, I guess. Okay, that's a nice draw. I don't have to use it just yet. You can also use it on the spider to kill the Reaper, I guess. $6.10. Yep. Don't really think you're getting past that. Yes, create a food. Where you want tree. Let's go. Let's just jump block. Easier. So we need a fairy guide mothers, I guess. Maybe you should have picked up a second one. Creeper to 6-5 is pretty good. Just now they can block my giant. It's kind of annoying. I mean, I could kill both of them. They do, but Innkeeper, interesting. Another gingerbread cabinet. Great. Get some life. Last turn. Where's my Troll King? Right, Elder. It's pretty sweet, but quite the stalemate right now. What's in my graveyard? One Garen Break, so there's another Garen Break. Yarvo's gone, but we do have some finishers still left. Like that guy. That's a nice match with the Twin Whale. Guess Wicked Guardian could block it, but that's the fine. Just jump block, bro. Pretty sure he's holding some kind of bump spell. Just hoping we'd block with our Realm Cloak Giant there. This doesn't have Vigilance, so that kind of seems like a stupid attack, unless they have removal. So I don't know what opponent is up to here. Two. It's kind of a long game now. Draws 2 cards, create a food, okay. So they can bring back Cauldron Familiar, I guess. To drain us one. I don't know if that's significant enough, honestly. Their puppet. Still don't think they have enough to block Paladin and drop that guy. Decide to gain some life. Okay. Exile this for a 1-1. That is fine. Alright. We're gonna swing in with these two. Do you wanna go in with this? Nah. So they have to block this with Carver and Wicked Guardian if they want to. The triple blocking Realm Cloak Giant. Wow. Oh, I guess. Bye bye. You did well. Well, hopefully they weren't ready for this. There's a 12-12 coming your way now. Oh, I should play the planes. We've been at 13-13. My bad. Okay. It's a 3-3 flank for now. Our spider can block that. Right, so starting with these two. The 3-4 can block this guy, but let me trade. This is fine. Still have a bunch of food. Offset any damage from the Bognati. Actually, wait, we have Spider. Our opponent just scoops. Have given up seeing the board state. He didn't even draw a Troll King. That was pretty good though. I think our deck might actually have a shot of doing kinda well. Let's look at our sideboard quickly and see if there's anything we would have really liked to have, but we didn't. Cow, no, Knight, no. Tactician, maybe. Snapper, not really. I mean, it would have given us card draw. Should be really nice. I'm not sure what I take out for it though. It's nothing that gives us flying or anything. So I think this deck is pretty good as is. I'm not totally sold on Kendra's transformation. I guess it'd be much better. I mean, this would be really good on something like Questing Beast, for example. Unfortunately, that took a while to come out. Um, yeah, Dolls of Beanstalk did pretty well, so did Out Muscle. Okay, was kind of average. Guess he attracted some removal. Yeah, this is a good deck. Anyway, I think this video has gone on for too long because we did the drafts and a couple of games, but we're at 2 wins right now. It's looking like a promising run. Let me know what you guys think. I'll show you guys the deck once again. The nice curve. We got 3 gingerbread cabins, which was really nice with the wolf's quarry. A lot of food synergies actually. And an almost full mono green deck after opening a feasting troll king first pack and a Yorvo actually. Yorvo is pretty good. Maybe I'll build a mono green deck and construct it, depending on how many Yorvos I have. But that deck also needs questing piece, and those are mythic, so I don't know. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'll probably try to finish this run soon, maybe sometime tomorrow or whenever I can. And hope you guys liked it, and see you guys next time.